Hey y'all. I wanted to speak on something real quick because something came up on my comment section about restaurants, right? So let's expose them, right? Um, Years and years ago, I used to manage Dunkin' Donuts, and a couple of them, not just one. The donuts got made once a week. Look at that light, Kimmy. The donuts got made once a week. When we locked up at night, we did not cover the donuts. The eggs, bacon, and cheese, it was in a drawer, just a pull-out drawer. Yeah, so there you go. But there was one Dunkin' Donuts that now they would make the glazed donuts every day, and the Munchkins, I'm saying the Munchkins, whatever they're called, they got thrown out. Now the bagels, let's speak about that because I know a lot of people love bagels, okay? We would make the bagels. The bagels got made fresh every day, okay? But there was a little container, like the little plastic containers you might have in your bathroom with all your makeup and stuff in it, right? We had like probably 12 different containers, like one with poppy seed, one with whatever flavors of bagels you could think of, right? What we did, we had a spray gun with water in it. So when the bagels came out the oven, no, no, I got that wrong. The bagels, we had to let them thaw out because they came in frozen, right? We would let them thaw out to where it was doughy. We would spray them with a water gun, and then you roll it around in that, let's just say the poppy seed, right? You roll it around in the poppy seed, then you stick it in the oven. Them containers never did get washed, never did get cleaned. I worked there for some years, okay? And the spray gun, if you know the little things, he got the spray gun and it's got like a little white hose, down in the bottle, mildew. Um, let's speak about Papa John's real quick. I know I'm not speaking about restaurants, but I'm getting there. Let's speak about Papa John's. My girls have worked at two of them. At both Papa John's, when they went back there to make the boxes would be full of rat pellets. Um, there's another place called JJ's Fish and Chicken. In the grease, the grease traps, full of roaches, flies. The plumbing never did work. They worked at four of them. Plumbing never did work. Let me think of another one. Pizza Hut was now my girl said Pizza Hut was the cleanest place they ever worked at. And back to Papa John's real quick. They never did have to wash their hands or wear gloves. The only time they wore gloves is if somebody ordered a spinach pizza. That's the only time they wore gloves. Pizza Hut, you had to wash your hands, wear gloves, everything. That was the cleanest one that my girls ever worked at. Around here, most restaurants or fast food, whatever you want to say, the food comes shipped in pre-cooked. So nothing's being put on a grill. McDonald's, nothing's cooked on a grill anymore. Everything's pre-cooked. They bring it in, they put it in the steamer, the warmer tray, whatever you want to call it. Nothing's cooked there anymore. I think the only place that around my area that still actually cooks hamburgers on the grill is Burger King. um, Now, restaurants. I have a question for y'all, but let me get to it. Chili's. Let me speak about Chili's real quick. I remember going to Chili's with a friend of mine one time, and she got the honey barbecue chicken strips, I think it was. And she had to send the plate back 3 times because every time she would send the plate back, the chicken was still raw in the middle. But we knew that they weren't putting new chicken on the plate every time the plate came back out because that one piece of chicken was still raw in the middle and you could tell where she had done broke into it, right? So She calls the manager to the table. This is a restaurant. um, they said everything comes pre-cooked at Chili's. All they do is basically just stick it in a warmer too and then ship it out on your plate. I want to stick to Chili's real quick too. If you go in there now, there's no longer any menus. They have a QR code on the table that you scan with your phone, and the menu pops up on your phone. That's how you order, right? And then they have this machine on the table. It looks like a tablet, but it's a tablet on both sides, right? So if you have kids while you're sitting there at the table, they have these games, popping up on this tablet, right? So of course, as an adult, you're sitting there having a drink, chatting away. The kids are sitting there playing a game on this tablet, right? Not knowing that they're being charged per game, and that's going to be put on your bill. The waitress no longer comes to the table. You know how the waitress came to the table with the little book with the receipt in. You put your credit card in it, and they go pay, and then they bring you back the receipt. No. Your receipt is right there on that tablet. You swipe your card on that tablet, and then boom, you're getting charged for every single one of those games that your kids played, okay? Recently, we went to another restaurant called Ruby Tuesday. Ruby Tuesday was set up like after you get done eating, you put the tip on the table, right? That's what we're used to. But when we went to what we're noticing when we go to restaurants, they have downsized the menus, and I've asked, even IHOP, why have you downsized the menus? And they're saying it's because of the food prices have went up, and because some of the stuff that they did have on the menu, the trucks aren't getting it in fast enough, so they've had to downsize the menu. But back to Ruby Tuesday. The woman didn't come to the table with the little billfold thing, whatever you call it. She came to the table with a tablet. And so, like I said, we're used to putting our tip on the table, right? Not saying that we're petty or anything. Just let me get there. So you swipe your card on the machine while the waitress stands there. And then it tells you I'm going to say the mandatory tip, let's say for a party of 3, is $20. What if you didn't have $20? What if you wanted to only leave a $10 tip, right? They don't have that anymore. So the tip for us, it started off as $20. You had the option to leave $20. You had the option to leave $25, $30, or you had the options to leave $50 to $100, right? Now that's wrong. To me it is, because what if you felt like that waitress didn't do a good service? Yes, I do know that you're supposed to go off a percentage of what your bill is. Correct. I know that. But what if you got bad service while sitting there at that restaurant? Something to think about. And so now I have one more question for y'all. Golden Corral. I have a question. If anybody here is watching my channel right now, and if you've worked at Golden Corral, I have a question for you. The food that comes in Golden Corral, is it already pre-cooked? I heard this from a friend, and I want to know for myself. They said the only food that is actually cooked in Golden Corral, if you've been to Golden Corral, the guy comes out with the chef hat and the apron, and he cooks the steak and the roast right there, They said that is the only food that gets cooked inside a Golden Corral. If you work there, comment, because I want to know. They said even the cakes comes in already made. All you got to do is thaw them out, slice it, and put it right up there in the bakery area. That says a lot, because you have to really think about, where's this food coming from? What's in this food? Who's handled this food? It's a lot of things to take into consideration when you're going somewhere and it doesn't tell you like the ingredients for each item you're ordering, or if it's been cooked or pre-cooked, or where did it come from. You know, like, for example, Walmart, they don't have a butcher in there cutting the meat. Where did that meat come from? And I have another video that I wanted to talk to y'all about Walmart. I'll save that for a later date. If you've worked at Golden Corral, please let me know, because I want to know.